Almost had it. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another edition of the B.TS Show. I'm your host, Christopher J. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Greatly appreciate it. Lapeef ran a lot longer than expected. I personally don't mind that. I wish they do that more often. But today was an explosive show, but we'll get right into it. Before we do, y'all know what y'all need to do. Like the video, subscribe to my YouTube page, follow me on all social media accounts. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Clubhouse, and Connect Club. If you would like to make a donation, you're more than welcome to. $ the BTSI show on Cash App. Participant waive the rights to all privacy. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers still. Once we reach that goal, I will give one lucky person $100. Just one. So no momentum. My word, we're almost at 500 subscribers. Once we reach that goal, I will give one lucky person $50. And also, want to make sure I remind you guys not to forget to go visit the BTSI Show website. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to do that. Now, before we get into this explosive episode, to say the least, let's hear from one of the sponsors of the show, and we will be right back. Today's episode is brought to you by FNX. If you're looking to lose weight, gain weight in the most healthiest way possible, FNX is where you need to go. You're talking about a section you're looking to gain weight. There's a section you're trying to lose weight. There's also even a section you're trying to better your performance when you're out there trying to be the best you. Please go to the link that is in this video. But also, you have to look the part. We're trying to unlock that inner athlete in you. Speaking of inner athlete, hey, you know how we get down. So, fill up your shopping carts. Once you get to checkout, use the promo code BTSI for 15% off. Again, BTSI for 50% off at checkout. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get started with today's show. Thank you guys for pulling up. Also, do not forget. Actually, I need to make this. I want to say this before we get into the show. Those who pulled up on me for the Royal Rumble watch party and live reaction, greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Did not expect that many to come out and support your boy, but hey, I'm totally grateful. So much so that Elimination Chamber will be not this Saturday, but next Saturday. So we're going to run it back and we're going to do it again. So thank you guys for pulling up. But let's get to the first topic of the night. Before engaging in sexual play, do men assess whether they are going to lay down good pipe or not? I'm going to openly admit this is probably one of the weirdest questions I heard asked on the panel. My response in the chat was, dudes do this, call me whatever, but I'm swinging for the fences. If you get digmatized, that's a badge of honor. If you don't want her around you like that, don't dick her down. That simple, that easy. Um, I'm not trying to. Now, there's these group of people, from what has been told to me, who say they don't want the woman to be so attached to her, so they'll give her like mediocre dick, half-ass dick. Um, no, I don't. If I'm giving you half-ass anything, I'm not doing it. I don't care if it's in the bed, out the bed, doesn't matter. I'm trying to blow your back out. I'm trying to make sure when you go to bed at night, you think of me, you miss me when I'm not around, and you're happy when I come around. I don't understand that mentality of those who think like this. I wonder how they have to be teenagers, children with this mentality. I don't know any adult that will fix their mouth to say that. That's some childish shit. That's why children should not engage in activity that is restricted for adults. Well, personally, I believe marriage, but hey, it is what it is. Now, let's get to the panel. I agree with what the real pressure say. Keep your sex life to yourself. Before I got married, all I do say marriage belongs to married. Excuse me, sex belongs to marriage couple. Then I didn't always move like that. And one thing I'm trying to do is make sure my seed doesn't move like that neither. Now, pressure said, sorry, basically keep your sex life to yourself. What goes on in my bedroom or her bedroom is none of the world's business. My partners will be surprised on the people that I slept with. And the reason why they'll be surprised is because they didn't know that I'm just slinging dick around. Now, granted, if I'm in a relationship, I'm in a relationship. I stay faithful. But the times I was not in a relationship, which was not that many times, matter of fact, I think I can count on one hand how many times I've not been in a relationship. But the times that I was not in a relationship, I was slinging dick from here to there. This campus, the other campuses, other side of town. And when I mean campuses, I'm talking about college, of course. So yeah, let me get my words correct. I am a reformed whoremonger. Was where I was gonna get at. I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. But yeah, that's the pressure point. Like keep your sex life to yourself. Dudes and women these days who just brag about how many bodies they got in and out of bed, it's like that's not a badge of honor. It's not. Men or women. Like those days, you leave people leave what's the word? Something to the imagination. Let people think it, but not to confirm it. Whatever. It's one of those sayings. I'm getting like two or three old school sayings convoluted together. But the moral of the story is keep your business to yourself and stop telling people what you're doing, who you're doing it with, because that was uber corny. I knew that back then as a child. I'm an adult and I still think that's corny. And you can't tell me otherwise. So yeah, knock that shit off. NDAs was brought up in this conversation. Non-disclosure agreement, which makes sense. If you're a business, you're a brand, who you sleep with, or if you sleep at all with anybody, will affect your brand. Whether it be positive or negative. In most cases, negative. Now, one thing you want to do is make sure that these people, men or women, whoever, they sign the paper to say you don't talk to nobody about nothing. Don't mention my name. Don't give out any obvious clues that we slept around. None of that shit. That was the information that was in the chat. All right. Now, I sent a super chat. It was a real question. What's an NDA to a broke person? Because that's the consequences of an NDA. It's a civil. It's not criminal. Civil. They violate that. They can take you to court. They can sue you. Which I agree. We made an agreement. You backfired. I need to hold you accountable for that. But if we're talking about financial compensation, what's an NDA to a broke person? Like seriously. Like let's go back to when I started thinking about this. I believe there was during Donald Trump's time in office, a stripper came out of the work. There was an NDA already in place, but she violated. And although I don't know the outcomes of that, it led to the question of what's the point of suing her? She ain't got no money. What you gonna do? As a matter of fact, I think she brought it up. Like, how you gonna sue somebody that ain't got no money? Like what you're gonna get out of it. Just a thought. We want people to keep their mouth shut, but it's just what's the point at this point? You just gotta be careful who you rock with and who you sleep with. Next up, somehow that led to B. Taylor's and Anton going at it. Um, what was it? With that conversation, and here's what B. Taylor did throughout the night, which is rather relatively annoying. Instead of focusing on the question, she'll deflect it on men, and it led to the topic of Me Too being brought up, and basically her and Anton going back and forth. And let me just say this about B. Taylor, about her talking points. Let me make this clear. Fellas, beware of evolving yourself with a woman who's run away from an ass whooping. What do I mean by that? Not a physical ass whooping. Just want to clarify that. If you do something wrong, don't say, let me get an example. Although Anton made a great example in the show. If I'm getting on you about leaving clothes out, don't bring up what happened the other day about me leaving clothes out. Because if that was the case, say it then. Don't say it now. It's like statute of limitations. You see something wrong, say it right there and then. Don't just hold on to it so you can use it against me later. Take your ass whooping right now. And truth be told, that's a clear sign that women are either A, not good leaders, or B, they don't need to lead. Men, we're just gonna have to take that shit. Women, they try to find some way to deflect. I'm personally tired of it. I've been hearing people deflect blame all day today, especially on Clubhouse. And to turn on the YouTube to hear somebody on the panel do it is relatively annoying. And that's not the first time she did that. She did that throughout the broadcast of tonight's show. When we're talking about a topic, she brings it back on the men. Now, I will say this: there needs to be a topic for B Taylors of the world to just go off, like maybe just once out of the month or whatever the case may be. Let me give one topic to B Taylor. Here you go, sweetheart. Do you? This is um, referencing men. Go off and let it go off. Because right now, with these conversations that is being had, it's not talking to the men in the way she wants it to be addressed. Like we'll get into it later, but if there's a point where women need to take accountability, you don't need to bring men into that equation to soften the blow. Take the full ass whooping that is deserved at that time. And that's be the biggest issues when men talk to women right there. I'm being honest. Ladies, you need to stop doing that. Or you're gonna find yourself alone. Because what year are we in right now? Not 2023, that's not what I'm referring to. I think we are in year. When did I start prophesizing this situation? That was the first year, second year. We're in year number 3 of 10, 15 tops. When I say the black community, the nuclear family is going to return, I mean that. Might return sooner than I imagine. But I will tell you one thing: we're in year 3. The men, for the most part, has gotten their shit together. Some women are not getting on board with the men. I'm going to say, okay, cool. You want a little bit more time to think about it? View the resume. All right, I hear you. But we're in year 3 or 10. And you don't want to know what's going to happen when the 10-year mark gets here and you're still on the fence. So keep that in mind, ladies. All right, so let's get to the second question. And this was a typo, but I was able to correct it. Once married, oops, 1 second. All right, there we go. Once married, a wife's goals are secondary to their husband's. This is factual with context. Ladies, before the dating, courting stage, your man told you his goals, or at least he should have. So you can say yes to being with him. Not only does he explain in detail his plans, but he also provides you with a progress report of accomplishments that he has done up to date. With that imperative information, a woman will assess her goals and see if they are achievable within the bounds of his dreams. Once you check those boxes off, place your goals on the back burner temporarily and assist him with his. Trust me, he will also see that your dreams are fulfilled after the priority is complete or self sustaining. Now, a lot of people did not a lot of people did not read this question all the way and just jump to some conclusion that no one asked. It clearly said a wife's goals are secondary. It didn't mean it's gonna be eradicated. It didn't mean you're just gonna say fuck it. It's just secondary. It's not the top priority right now. Now, although I gave a good explanation on why, with context, why the wife's goals will be secondary, I know some brothers who said this. Fuck your dreams. Fuck your goals. You're with me now. And they do not apologize for it. Now, the problem, how can I say this? I'm not going to say this more so a problem. Here's how the men are seeing it for those who have this mentality. I'm taking the lion's share of the responsibility. I'm taking the lion's share of the consequences. So if I am placed with this burden on my shoulder, I dictate whose dreams is going to come true or not. If your dreams are holding him back, hindering, or whatever the case may be, he will then say, fuck your dreams. And he's well in his rights to say, fuck your dreams. Now, as harsh as that is, and it's very harsh, they do have ground to stand on. But like I said, there are some men who are fair and will say, you know what, since you have been holding me down, whatever you want to do, I'm with it. I'm going to support you, especially financially. Most women, well, most women is going to take that deal. But there are just cases where, well, actually, not cases. That goes back to the panel who just did not read this thing correctly. They thought it means that the women, the wife don't have any more goals. And I heard brothers saying, fuck your goals. The question was secondary, meaning it's not a top priority right now. And that's just it. That's just the pecking order, ladies and gentlemen. Because you then had to, which they got into it about what's the definition of marriage and whatever the case may be. In marriage, it's obviously through the biblical standpoint, spiritual standpoint, and you know what that means. You already know what it means to be married and why to get married and the responsibilities of marriage. And usually, it's not the wife's dreams. But and B Taylor's response to a lot of people was every marriage is different. No fucking shit. And her case was you got to find what works for you and what's best for you. Now, granted, there's some undertone of pro women or whatever the case may be, but if you just focus on the key parts, she does have a point. You just got to find out what situation works and not necessarily works. Let me rephrase that. You got to find the right situation because just because you find, well, oh no, that's we'll talk about that later because a lot of people's not ready for that level of thinking. But yeah, we'll talk about that later. But B Taylor is has a point. Now she's so lucky. Said this: whoever is more goal driven should be more prioritized. Meaning, let's say if the wife is more goal driven, her goals should be prioritized over the husband, over his goals, or if he has any or not. Bull shit. Remember what I said earlier. Lion's share of the consequences. That's all that matters. Lion's share of the consequences. Will your goal be a hinder to me and his family? If the answer is yes, no. Put your shit on the back burner. We'll get back to it later. On the back burner. And this conversation veered off into alpha, beta, sigma. Well, I added the sigma. There's a difference between alpha male, beta male, and let me add sigma male. What is a sigma male? It's a lone wolf. It's basically an alpha, but without a pack. That's basically what a sigma is. Now, the women on the panel was dictating what an alpha male is, how they're supposed to move, how they're supposed to act. And all I could do was shake my head and say, who are you guys to determine that? You're not qualified to speak on that based off of your logic. So, how would you be able to determine what an alpha male is on the macro level? In the operative word, it's macro, not micro. On the macro level, women should not speak for men, dictate how the man is supposed to move because you don't know the ins and outs of being a man. So, that goes to the whole saying stay in your place. Yeah, stay in your place. So that was the second topic. Let's do this because they only did three topics today, which is perfectly fine. Let's get into a video. We will be right back with the third and final topic. Today's episode is brought to you by Wavilo. Of course, you guys see me with my Bakari watch. Looks nice, don't it? But if I wanted to go out, just a casual wear, and it's kind of chilly outside. Not bad. Let's add some more color to it. Ooh, that's gonna look good for the photo shoot. Get with the brand that's versatile, that can cover you in all areas of fashion for men and women. So, go to the link that's in this video, fill up your shopping cart. Once you do, the promo code is BTSI for 50% off. I repeat, BTSI for 50% off at checkout. All right, we back. Let's get to the third and final topic of the evening. And of course, this froze up. Why am I not surprised? Ladies and gentlemen, do everything on a Mac computer or some type of iOS device. It will be your best friend. All right, combo. Sorry. Who has the hardest time trusting, man or woman? Now, this was a little bit difficult for me. I will openly admit. If I had to get a slight edge, because it's truthfully 50-50, but if we had to do it in the 51-49 format, I gave it to women. Here's why. Women have to take a leap of faith when it comes to men. The reason why the reason why they're cold-hearted is because they gave their trust to dudes who let them down every single time. Granted, she played a part in her letdown, but it builds up over time. Now, like I said, it's really a 50-50 thing. But let's just stick with the woman. From a child, and granted that they came from a single parent household, particularly a single mother household, because the father is around, this is not happening. Single mother household, you're looking for that replacement of a father because that's a void that you have in your heart. You will go to any man who's going to fill that slot, and that first person let you down. The second person let you down. Third person, fourth, fifth, sixth, so on and so forth. Or in this case, someone brought up a good point on the panel. I can't remember who. You could just had one real bad one, and that could fuck it up for everybody, which I do agree because we ask women to trust us, but sometimes we let them down. So that's why I said 51-49 get the slight edge to women, but it's actually 50-50. I just went ahead and just chose one. Now, this topic, I'm going to try to see what I can get to because I'm not necessarily going to pull up that stream and react to it because I did not ask for permission. I want to be respectful. Let's see what I wrote down. First, it was B. Taylor versus Mr. Lego. Look here. Let me just talk about Mr. Lego real quick. I like Mr. Lego. He's an asset to Lapeef, to the Thursday night team, but he flip flops on certain topics too much for me. It's like I don't know where this guy's going. So it's very unpredictable. So sometimes you have to sit back and wait to see what's his stance, how far is he willing to take it. So that way, no one's confused when shit does happen. And also, let me say this about B. Taylor. Although I disagree with the majority of the things that she said on Lapeef panels, she is a great asset to the team. I'm just saying she does bring a perspective, grant, albeit a wrong perspective, but she brings a different perspective to the audience that has to. I'll openly admit that I have to fill the void that Kayla and Kay once had. Am I say bring back Kayla and Kay? No, I never said that. And besides, it's not my decision anyway. But something about B. Taylor being there, Veronica as well, Queen Jesus. I forgot her name. I want to say Queen Sheba. Well, at least I'll call her Queen Sheba. Or Queen Sheba. Those women are filling some type of void that we appreciate that moves the conversation forward. So I wanted to be respectful to them. However, what was B. Taylor and Mr. Lego arguing about now? Oh, leaders of the households and trust issues with the mother. Now, there was going, of course, a lot of people brought up trust issues with the men, the women, but I think it's more so the women. Um, Mr. Lego said the trust issues that women are carrying around with them comes from their trust issues with their mother. And I'll have to sit back and see where this is going. But if I recall correctly, I think he got her interrupted by B. Taylor, where B. Taylor is saying who's leader of the household, which is typically the man. And this is just that was another deflection tactic just to get the man involved. I'm just saying she's good. She's good because if you're just going to stick a peg in a square hole, I admire that because the last person that did that this week was Jason Whitlock. Just want to throw that out there. I'm not saying Brittany Taylor's any Jason Whitlock, but I'm just saying you kept on bringing up topics, you kept on deflecting the blame off the women, and you try to get men in there some way, shape, or form. I always, and we're going to get into that during my divestment series, which starts in the month of March. 13 parts, one for the 13 for the man, 13 for the woman. One of the things that B. Taylor did on this panel today, whether that's her, who she is in real life or not, is irrelevant. I'm only talking about what I saw on the panel. I would tell brothers no, divest from individual with these particular traits. So based off of you just can't just take your shit like a man because you want to be equal to a man. Nah. I'm just gonna say no. All right, let me just keep moving because I'm respectful. Ali almost went off the tracks when he brought up the great scenario, but he found a way to recover it. Now, Ali, that led to Ali and Lucky going on the back and forth that really erupted the panel tonight. Now, She's So Lucky brought up, in generality, of course, when it comes to sex, for the women, my body, my choice. We agree, 100%. If you're not married to her, her body, her choice, whatever she want to do with it. Now, why did Mr. Lego brought up my body, my choice for? Oh yeah. So the topic was regarding accountability. Who's to blame for bringing an unwed baby into this world? Like, where does it start? Where's the root of it? If men could, you guys heard this before. If men controls the access to marriage, women controls the access to sex. So, because what I'm about to say about to destroy a lot of things that She's So Lucky said, a lot of things Mr. Let Go said, definitely everything that B. Taylor said. Your body, your choice. You on that right? So you have to be a little bit more responsible and a little bit more careful with your body. I'm not talking about those two individual. I'm only talking to the point. You know what happens when you have sex. Tell me you don't. You know what it can possibly lead to. And keep in mind, you have the key to that kingdom. So with your keys to the kingdom, got a comment. Give me 1 second, y'all. Salute to Emike. She always brings. I'm sorry. She always brings up men when we're talking about women. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't like when women do that. I don't like when she does it. I've been dealing with that literally all day today on Clubhouse, and that got on my fucking nerves. Women, women always want to take up the stance that they're good leaders, they're good role models, and that type of stuff. Then being part of a good leader is taking your ass whooping, being held accountable for the fuck ups you did, the fuck ups your community has done. You gotta take that shit on the chest. You know why? Because men do that. Granted, let me say this. Men voluntarily and involuntarily had to be held accountable for a lot of things and damn near everything. We just take what it is. Women, that you're going to find any type of reason to justify why they did their bullshit or why it needs to go on the man. I don't like that. And one thing I tell you, fellas, if you ever come across a woman with that type of behavior, you need to run the other way.
Now, if you're married to them, you need to go get some counseling and fix that. But if you're not obligated to her. Run the other way. Well, I appreciate the chat, brother. Thank you. Now, ladies, I'm gonna make this real quick. I'm gonna tell you the right answer. Now, I don't care what B. Taylor was saying. The women will listen to me. Um, the number says the women are not listening to you. Maybe she has her own numbers that she can provide for the people that she's talked to. But no, I'm gonna tell you the right way to do this. And if you're worried about tone and what I say and how it comes off, tell me you don't have a father without telling me you don't have a father. So I'm gonna put the right answers out there for you. It's up to you to decode or dissect what I'm saying because I don't. What's what I'm looking for? I don't cater my voice for others to hear. I only talk to leaders. I don't talk to followers. What does that mean? A leader don't care about the delivery of my message. They're going to take my message and they're going to roll with it. Followers or failures, they want to determine who the speaker is, how the message is given to them. And I tell those people that run across those people, they have not failed yet. Well, they have failed, just not hard enough. Let them hit rock bottom more because once you hit rock bottom, you have no credibility to dictate how the messenger wants to get the message. So I just wanted to throw that out there to those who are looking to be catered to. No, I don't cater to the men. I tell them fuck their feelings and here's this work that's gonna get you better. I don't know why you think I'm gonna be gentle to anybody else, especially since my way breeds results. Now, here's a right way to handle situations, ladies. Although, what I'm about to say, I know you know. You're single. You are responsible for your own body. You, nobody else. Until you get married, you're responsible for your own body. So that means you keep an eye on what goes in and what comes out. If you decide to give your box up, and you see that this person doesn't have a condom, just keep that in mind. Not only does he not have a condom, he left something in the oven for 9 months. Your body, your choice still. The right thing to do is actually take pride in your body. If you don't want to be a mother, if you don't want to go through the stages of pregnancy, the 10-month pregnancy, not 9 months, 10 months, go ask the doctor. It's really 10 months. If you don't want to go through that type of change, you need to take better care of your body. And once you take better care of your body, less distractions, less headaches, less burdens to hold you back. So now that we know that, why do women still fail at this? The reason why they still fail is Anton brought it up. There's a safety net. And if you take away the safety nets, a lot of women will start making better decisions with their body. The problem is they're being incentivized to be reckless with their body. They're being incentivized to have kids. They're being incentivized for you to have multiple kids. So that way, I'm gonna be perfectly honest, y'all. It starts young. They're trying to incentivize women to have more kids. Granted, on the white side, they're they believe they're facing extinction, so they're trying to fix that. But on the minority side, the more kids you have, the more likely the prison is going to be filled up. And that's not gender specific because as far as black men goes, Well, not a lot of us in prison anyway. We'll talk about that later. So there's always consequences for your actions currently that's going to affect you 10 or 15 years from now. So when it comes to women, my body, my choice, take care of your body like it is yours. It's yours. It is 100% yours. So if you see a raw dick coming in you, you might want to take a step back and think. Now, some people say you can't tell a woman what to do with your body. My response to that is real simple. I don't subscribe to that rule at all. I don't. So those certain factors won't work on me. And there was one more thing I was going to bring up. Now, regarding the men, fellas, yes, you need to put a condom on because damn the pregnancy part, you don't know what's out here. These incurable STIs from what I've been hearing. So, fellas, don't go raw. Do not go raw. Not even a little bit. But nevertheless, the brunt of the responsibility falls at the feet of women. Sounds unfair, sounds harsh, but it is what it is. Well, do want to say is I think that is it. Believe it or not, let's get to the final. Let's get to the final break. I'm gonna give a brief look into tomorrow's clubhouse room regarding the Black Panther. Some of y'all worry, I understand, but don't worry, it's friendly. Maybe. Here's Brytn Smile. We'll be right back. Today's episode is brought to you by Brytn Smile. Now, you guys need to keep your mouths clean, keep your mouths white, and keep your mouths bright between dentist visits. I get it. I understand. So here's where Brytn Smile come into play. Yes, good old Brytn Smile. Now, in this whitening kit, it comes with a multitude of things that you need. Starters, you're going to need a user manual on how to operate the devices that come with it. Next up, you have a shade chart to keep you posted on where your teeth fall on the chart. That is very beneficial. Also, these gel pens. Put the gel on each tooth. Do it correctly. Follow the manual. And, well, you know, we have a charger. It comes with a charger. I wonder why. That's right, an LED mouthpiece. This is very beneficial, y'all, as y'all can see. For the blue, it is on for 15 minutes. And once that is done, let's go purple, pink, whatever color you prefer to call it. Let's do that for 10 minutes. Go to Brytn Smile. The link is located in the description. Grab a kit, put in your shopping cart, and when you get to the checkout, the promo code is BTSI for 25% off. Again, BTSI for 25% off. All right, y'all. Let's get into this last topic. Usually we're talking about wrestling. We'll get into that format. I'm trying to create a format strictly for the wrestling fans, so bear with me on that one. But let's talk about Black Panther Wakanda Forever. It is now on Disney Plus. I watched it one time already. I'm going to watch it again before my clubhouse room starts tomorrow, 12 o'clock New Central Standard Time. The reason why is because we're going to actually not walk back necessarily, depending on who you are. We're going to revisit our harsh comments about Black Panther Wakanda Forever and what does it hold up to stands of time. So let me talk to you guys real quick. I gotta be honest. I had to watch this through several different lenses. The first time the movie was released, I watched it through the lens of a black man. Second time I watched it, I was able to watch it as a comic book fan, a Marvel fan. So, with that being stated, I have to be honest. I enjoyed this movie. This was a good movie. I'm not going to say it's better than the first Black Panther, but it's definitely a good movie. Um, as a black man, for the most part, my point still stands. I did not appreciate. Of course, I don't appreciate T'Challa being a baby daddy. I don't appreciate Disney not recasting them, but I understand why they was not ready. So I might cut them some slacks on that. Uh, what else did I didn't approve of? Oh, the oh, I just had it on the tip of my tongue and I forgot it. There's something I did not approve of. Oh, I see on the first Black Panther movie, you will understand that the weakest character was Black Panther himself because everybody was focused on the women of Wakanda, was what he surrounded himself with, the women of Wakanda. So you saw the Dora Milaje, you saw other women of power. It was really a women's empowerment movie, if you ask me. The weakest person on there was Black Panther himself. Honestly. Now, although that was the case, I still enjoyed that movie. That is easily a top five Marvel movie, barring any of the Avengers movies. So, where do I rank this movie? Like I said, it's not better than the original, so it's gonna be in the pack as a decent movie. But no, 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 it lost its shine. But I guess that's a win for Marvel. I said the movie was actually cool. It was good. But on the eyes of a black man, I understand why you had trouble watching this movie. But don't worry. What we're gonna do is we're gonna be back in the clubhouse room tomorrow. The link is in the description. We're gonna revisit this topic. And trust me, there's a lot of passionate fans regarding this. So we will definitely talk to them on tomorrow, 12 o'clock News Central Standard Time, which is 9.5 hours from now. So I'm about to go get some sleep, ladies and gentlemen. I do want to thank you guys for pulling into this our reaction, the People Let's Talk show. We will be back with another reaction like this next week, Thursday, right after the show. So please, on your way out, do me a favor. Like this video, subscribe to YouTube, follow me on all my social media accounts. Feel free to make a donation to my Cash App. Participate and waive all rights to privacy. Still on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach that goal, one lucky person will get $100. So you know I'm a man of my word. I'll give away $50 once we reach 500 subscribers. And don't forget to visit the B.TS show website. So thank you guys for pulling up. I am going to bed. It's been a long day. So thank you guys. This is the B.TS show. I'm Chris today. See y'all later. Peace out.